Hello, how y'all doing today? I am back with another podcast. I've been gone for a month or so now, and just wanted to come back. Uh, I've really been studying a lot these last couple of weeks, and it's really made me think about this whole entire system that we've been living in. And I really do think that I have some answers because it's just so funny to me that everybody says, we're waiting on this beast system to rise. But what if I told you that the beast system has already risen? It's already here. You're already bowing to it. You don't even realize it. You're blind as well as I was blind to it as well. So many people right now are blind to it because they think they have their own understanding. Everybody's leaning on their own understanding of things right now. And everybody has their right ideas about things. But a few of the things I've been thinking about is, it came to me just the other night. I was thinking, I said, who were the Sadducees and who were the Pharisees? And what's the difference in those two? And started going down that wormhole, and it just I come upon a bunch of videos, but then also just studying the Word as well. And it really is funny that even back then with Israel at that time, there was a two-party system. You had the Pharisees, you had the Sadducees. And one was more towards the law, while the other one was more towards leaning on their own understanding. And also more about purifying than about animal sacrifice. Well, today you have a two-party system that's all over this world right now. A two-party system. One, you're either a left or you're a right. And it really doesn't matter about the middle, because the middle is getting destroyed anyways by the beast system. Because the left and the right system, or the left and the right political parties, is the beast. It is the system. They are just like what the Pharisees and the Sadducees was. Because the Pharisees and the Sadducees worked together. They actually hated one another in some instances, but then when it come to things like the topics of, not political views, but just the views themselves of how they represented each other's party, just like when Jesus was here, they hated him. And the reason they hated him was because it was messing up both of their parties. And I look now to Trump and I see why they both hated him so much. Neither party really liked him at all. That's why he didn't work within the beast system. Because the beast system is not looking for a strong man. It's looking for the weak man. The weak man, easy to manipulate. And that's why they hated Jesus. They thought that they could weaken Jesus, but Jesus never weakened. And that's why they kept hating him more and more and more. And they finally figured out a way. They went to the Sanhedrin and they came up with a plan. And I'm going to tell you, that one video or that one picture that you see of Pelosi and Mitch McConnell shaking hands while they're both smiling is the same representation of what you've seen when they went to the Sanhedrin, the Pharisee and the Sadducee, the main people, and they made a deal. They struck a deal with each other. And they figured they would have to come together to get rid of this guy. And that's exactly what happened to Trump. They all come together. they all want you to believe that they're the best party, but really they don't care. Because see, this is a system. This is the beast. It's not just a system. It's not a democratic system. It's not a republic. It is a beast system. It is the beast system, y'all. Because we're all been blind. We've all been blind. And we don't realize how blind we've been for these last so many years. But it's finally dawning on some of us. I don't think I'm the only one to know this. But I do know that a lot of people have been blind. They don't really understand what is going on. But I'm telling you right now that what you just seen happen this last year is just the same exact thing that happened to Jesus. They got so mad at him that they finally said, we're going to have to kill him. But it didn't get them that way to Trump. They just knew they were going to, it was easier to get rid of Trump because he was in the system. Jesus was out of the system. He never got in the system. And see, the reason he wasn't in the system because he knew that system would never bring about what he was trying to bring about. And that's the same way with Trump. Trump thought he could go into the system and be something that could change it. But you can't change that system because it's not ran. People keep saying, who's this system ran by? Who's this system ran by? I'm going to tell you who it's ran by. It's ran by the beast that is in Revelation. It's ran by the Antichrist. It's ran by the false prophets. And it's ran by these two political parties that are all around this world. They're both the same as the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Well, anyways, getting back to my point is that now everybody is so blind that everybody's caught up in this machine. It's caught up in this beast. This beast is up in the air. Just think of a beast. He's up in the air. He's there. And everybody's down here and they're blind. And that beast isn't doing anything. But when the beast sees somebody that's speaking out, then the beast will shoot down fire and try to use the fire, which means it's using its mouth to silence you. It's using your, and that's what's happening this day and age is that this system is rising and people keep following it is because they are blind and they don't understand that they're in this machine. They're in this system. And the system is just grinding you. It is grinding everybody on every side of the aisle because really, like I said, just like back in those days, the Pharisees and Sadducees didn't care about the people. They just cared about the power that they had over the people. And they never wanted to lose that power. They lost it anyways. And this is what I'm going to say to y'all today, is this power this today is going to be lost. They're going to lose their power because this power, just like that power, will never reign forever. It can't reign forever. It's not an eternal power. It doesn't have an eternal exhaust, an eternal power source. Only source of power that's eternal is God's power. The only kingdom that we should be really worried about in this world right now is the kingdom of God. Only person we should be bowing to is Jesus, God himself. Because you will never change this system. This system's never meant to be changed. It was meant to do what it's doing. It's meant to blind you. It's meant to hold you there. It's meant to grasp you and hold you down until you beg for mercy. It is not here to straighten out any problems. The problems actually help it because problems is what the beast loves because the more problems they are, the beast just grabs more and more power. And the beast, I'll tell you when the beast rose. The beast rose back in 2001. That's when the beast rose. He rose in 2001. And everybody's been blind for so long that nobody's getting it. It's so simple. It's just like everything else. People make things they want to make things so difficult, but it's not difficult. God is here revealing it to you through His Word, but also you have to look deeper than the Word. You have to go outside of the Word and figure out the true meaning of things. But anyways, this system is coming to a head, and you can tell it's coming to a head because we're coming to the part where both sides are starting to, they really lost a lot of power within the election, but they gained a lot of power too, and they're trying to gain it all back. People say they wasn't going to listen to politics no more. People wasn't going to have, they wasn't going to have all these they wasn't going to study politics anymore, pretty much. They wasn't going to watch the TV anymore. And I'm going to tell you, don't watch the TV. Don't pick a party. Don't vote anymore. Don't vote anymore, because it's never going to solve anything. Your vote will never matter in this system, because like I said before, this is the beast system. It is devouring our children right now. It is devouring. What did it say about the beast system? It said it would devour the children, the young, the old, the weak, the weary, the powerful, even the elect. It would even cause them to fall. It's making everybody. This political system is the beast system. And it's not just here. It's everywhere. It's around the world. And the world knows that it's losing, the beast knows it's losing power. That's why it held us in 2018 or 2019, whenever this thing came out, 2020, whatever. Whenever this thing came out, they held us, and they're still holding us because it's losing its grasp. It's losing its grasp on the people. It's losing its chains. It doesn't have much more power, because guess where the power comes from? It comes from the money. And see, they've spent themselves into oblivion because they worship the power of money. Money is making you bow. It's making, like I said, the weak bow. It's making those that want to stay in their offices and in their homes, and they want to stay in their comfort. They want to stay in their college. They want to stay good right with their mom and dad. The mom and dad want to stay in good right with the son and the daughter. And see, them are all things Jesus said. He said in those days, the moms and the dads will have to sacrifice their children, in the sense that they will have to sacrifice between me and their child. And that's what's happening. And everybody is bowing. Everybody is sacrificing. Everybody said, forget about Christ. Forget about the kingdom of God. We got to worry about these two-party systems. We got to be a left or a right. But I tell you the truth, that this system is made to destroy you. It's made to blind you, and it's made you to fall, and fall hard. They that are in this system are going to fall hard. They are going to fall from the heavens, and they are going to fall into the abyss. But I tell anybody that's out there, you better step out. You better step out of this systems. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. It don't matter if you're a Republican. It don't matter whatever. You better get out of this system, because this system is losing ground. And guess what? when it loses power, guess what? There's going to be so many people that blow their brains out that day. The day it loses all that power will be the day people blow their brains out. People kill their families. Look at what they're already doing. People have lost so much hope. Hope is found in truth. Hope is found in God. You can't find hope in things that are lost. And see, this system doesn't look lost, but it's very lost. Look at it. It's so lost now, it's eating itself. The beast is fighting within itself. It can't, it's just a mess now. The system they're trying to keep this system together, but the system of this beast is barely here. And that's why I know that Jesus is coming back very, very soon. I say very, very soon, people. Not that I know the day or the hour, but I will tell you, he was coming back so soon. So soon he is. And you better not be caught up in this system. There's so many people, you know them. You might be one of them. You're caught up in it. You're caught up in it. Every day you're looking at it. Every day you're wondering about it. Every day you're losing hope because you had all your faith. But I'm going to tell you today, you better put your faith back in what's the only thing you can put faith in. God above. Jesus Christ. They are censoring all of us. They censored everyone. A message I sent out over YouTube, shadow banned me for almost the last 2 or 3 days, me wanting to put out a message of hope. Because, see, they don't want you to have hope. They only want you to have hope in one thing, and that's that system. They only want you to have hope in this system. People are telling you to have hope in this system. There's pastors on the YouTube right now telling you to go do this today, to go do that today. But I'm going to tell you, you better pull everything you got. Give everything that is to the system, but you better give whatever is to God today. You better give your life to God. You better give all that you have. You better give your heart over to God. You better get a new heart. You better get a new mind, and you better get a new soul. Because guess what, people? Tomorrow is not promised. But I will tell you what is promised. Destruction. Destruction is coming to this system. They think they got everybody blinded. Well, they're blinded too, though. See, the blind lead the blind, and they lead them where? To astray. Only the blind can lead the blind, and they can't lead them. They lead them, but they lead them in the stray, and they're straying them, and they're just as blind. They're just as blind as the people that are caught up in it every day. The people out here that are shooting other people because of a party. There's people right now fighting harder for these parties that don't care nothing. Guess what, people? They can kill 1 million people tomorrow and bring in another million the next day because that's how the beast works. And see, that's what they know too. They know that people are understanding. I'm not the only one that understands this, but I'm telling you, this beast system has risen. This beast system is here. I'm not sure who the false prophet is. I'm not sure exactly who the main people are, but I do know the system is here, and it's devouring our children. It's devouring. Right now, it just devoured millions. It just devoured billions. It's just, with all that's been going on and has been going on, it is devouring people. It is destroying families. It's destroying your hope. It's destroying your peace. It's destroying your love. It's destroying your lives. I'm telling you, if you keep thinking you can have faith in this system, go ahead. But I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you what your fate will be. Your fate will be that you go down just as it's going to go down. You're going to go down just like all these other people are fixing to go down. Think of yourself on 9/11 being at the top floor, the top floor, and there's no way out. Well, that's how it's going to be when this system comes out for a lot of people. They're not going to see the door that I'm giving you today. They're not going to be able to get out. The only way they're going to see is to blow their brains out. And they're going to blow their brains out. There's people right now blowing their brains out just because Joe Biden got in. But I want to tell you, these two parties, they are working together. They are beneficial. They are a beneficial organism. They benefit from each other. And they don't care about if you get rich. They don't care about if they destroy your life. They don't care about nothing but power and money. Power and money. Just look at what they just did down in Georgia. You know, you have all these big boys down there playing, MLB baseball and all this other stuff, saying they were going to take money from, Georgia if this happened. And guess what? That's how they're making everybody fall. They say, "Ooh, we'll take the money from you," and see you bow. And it's just like back in that day when they told Daniel, "Bow to the beast, boy, bow, bow." And you know what Daniel said? "I will never bow. I will never bow to this golden." And I'm going to tell you, you better be ready to say that too, because there's billions right now bowing. There's billions right now taking part in this system. There's billions right now that's fixing to lose everything they have, because the simple fact is they are so intertwined in this system. They know nothing else but the system. They say the system, but it's more than just a system. And it's ran by more than just people. It's ran by a beast, and it's devouring everything in its path. It's the biggest beast. And it says it rises out of the ocean. Why does it rise out of the ocean? Because it's going to cover everything. It's going to cover all that's out there. It's going to cover sea and land. And people's looking for it, and they don't understand why they can't see it, because they're blind. I was reading the other night about how Jesus blinded a prophet to his own words. He spoke to him. Blinded him to his own words. He said, "Don't return this way. Don't eat bread." Then another prophet comes up and says, "Come eat bread with me." And he goes and eats bread with him. The guy that just heard the voice of the Lord say, "Don't go and eat any bread," goes and eats bread. And that's how people are today with this system. God's saying, "Get out of this system," but they say, "I'm really hungry though. If I don't become part of this system, I'm going to lose everything and I'll starve." But guess what? I'm telling you, it's better to starve at this point, people, because the beast is there. And I'm warning you, and anybody that hears this message, let them be cursed, for they have heard the truth. They have heard the truth. And let those who take heed in my message be blessed. Blessed triple, if not 5 times fold. Because guess what? It's better to be blessed than cursed any day of the week. It's better to hear God's word and heed to it than to hear God's word and go against it. There is no more time for us to think we have time. I'm telling you, young folks out there, you don't have time. I'm telling the older folks out there, you really don't have time. I'm telling anybody out there, this system will devour you if you let it. And you don't have time. You need to go now. You need to ask God for a new heart, a new body, a new soul, a new everything. You need to ask God for repentance, because it's lack of knowledge that has been destroying us. It's lack of knowledge that's destroyed. Just think about the billions that's been destroyed since this beast has come on the scene. If it was 2001, but it was actually before that, but it really came on the scene in 2001. That's why God opened this all up. He opened this all up to the truth, but we closed our eyes again. And we went back thinking, we can just go back to doing our own thing again. But I'm telling you right now, you better get some eyes that can see spiritually. You better get some eyes that can see truthfully. You better worship God with truth like you've never worshiped before, because what is coming to this world and this system, God is bringing wrath to this system. This system is causing our sons and daughters to worship such filth, to want more likes than they want to be liked by God, loved by God, cherished by God. As a child of God, we're in a world that is wicked, and everything in it is wicked, and everything that's a part of this system is wicked. And it all is only to take your focus off of Jesus, off of God. It is only here to take all focus off of what is true, what is real, and what needs to be put focus on. We're sacrificing our families, our friends, our loved ones, just so we can feel accepted into this social media platform, whatever it is. But I'm telling you right now, those platforms, they are evil, because they are silencing all good things. They're silencing all good thoughts. They are silencing any hope that might give you hope. They're silencing it. And both parties are just silently coming together every day. They're coming together in that Sanhedrin, in that White House, in all the houses, all these big houses, just like it says in Psalms, where it says, all these people come together to come against me and my chosen and my people. God has been warning us for so long about how this thing isn't new. This thing has been going on. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, but now they call themselves something else. Democrat, Republican, and some other nation somewhere, they call them something else and something else and something, but it's all the same. And every day they're coming together and they're saying, what can we do? What can we do? And everything that's corrupted, the whole system that I'm talking about is corrupt. This beast system, the whole system, there is nothing good in it. Nothing good found in it. But if you come out of it and you say to yourself, please, Lord, forgive me. Please save me. Please, I'm asking you to reveal yourself to me in all truth and all glory. Then he will reveal himself. He wants to reveal himself to you, but you have to be willing to accept that this world is not about making things any better. Things are going to fix and to get a whole lot worse. If you are left here without any faith in your cup, because if you don't have any faith in your cup, you will be left here. I'm telling you right now, you better get faith in your cup. You better be reading the word every day. You better be focused on Jesus every day, because these days are growing shorter and shorter and shorter. And things are happening faster and faster and faster, because that system knows it only has just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And they're still in elections now. This system's stealing everything now. It's stealing your life. It's fixing to steal billions of lives. When this $2 trillion, $3 trillion deal goes through, it's going to steal the heart out of America. It's like taking whatever was left and just and throwing it against the wall. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what they're about to do with many people's futures. Many people have their future set. They think they got it all planned out. They think they're going to live like their mama and daddies did. But I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to live like that, because this system isn't going to allow you to live like that. If you haven't realized already that they are already showing you that you can't do how you want to do anymore, they're going to show you even more. They're going to put that thumb really, really far down on your neck, because they know that they only have a certain amount of time. But they also know that more people like myself are my spiritual gift is discernment. I have discernment. God gives me discernment of things. He's always given me discernment over people, over all kinds of things. Even back before 2008, the crash happened, I was telling my sister something bad is about to happen. And it did. And even when it happened, I was still so I couldn't even understand that what my words said 5 years prior to that was happening then. And I tell you, my words are speaking again. My discernment is coming back. I've been really studying again, and things are happening again. Things are being shown to me again. And he's preparing his people. He's preparing you for what is coming, because normal is not coming back. The way you've seen this world live the last 100, 200, 300, 400 years, it's not coming back. The system knows it only has a certain amount of time, and it knows it only has a certain amount of food now. It knows it's running out of resources now. It knows it's running out of ways to entice you. It knows it's running out of ways to confuse you. It knows it's running out of ways to possess you. It knows it's running out of time. Time is not an infinite thing. We only have a little bit of it. We don't know how much, but most of us only have little increments of it. And the system itself only has little time. We are at the end of the precipice. We are at the end of the mark. There is nothing left. The only thing left to do is either choose your side. Choose your side. And it's not right or to the left. It is straight. Choose a straight path and go in it. That's wisdom. Don't turn to the left. Don't turn to the right. Neither one is good. Neither one is going to lead you to prosperity. They're both going to lead you to agony. They're going to lead you to deception, lies, deceit. These people don't care about you. These people on the news don't care about you. This is just their job. They have to do it. They have to make that money, honey. And that's what they're doing. They're making the money. They're going to make so much money. But you know what? In one hour, all that money is going to go bye-bye. All this money, all this power they had, all the money that the beast had, all that stuff. And then once that happens, you're hoping you're not here after that, because after that, even a bigger beast system comes on the scene. A scene of, who do you worship? Oh, you worship him? You go over here. You worship, oh, okay, you want to be fed. You want that piece of bread. You come over here. You can have the piece of bread. Just take that mark over here. But guess what? They're already marked us. And you're already taking you're already taking the mark. Every time you grab a piece of bread, and every time you go out there and you grab a piece of bread, you're taking the mark. The mark of the beast. It's here. It's all here. The system is here. It's in play. It's been in play. And we've been blind to it. I ask that all of us don't be blind. All of us don't be fools. All of us don't think that we have days and days and days to make this, because we don't. You only have a certain time, and our time is growing very, 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 very near. So all I'm going to say is please take my words. Please don't let them be a curse, but be a blessing to you. And understand that I'm trying to open your eyes to real truth, to real knowledge, to real worship. God is the only one to worship, not any of this stuff you're seeing out here. None of this stuff is worth fighting for. None of this stuff. The only thing that's worth fighting for is your soul, your life, the life. And the only way you can fight for it is you go out here and you say, God, I need you. I need only you. I don't need nothing else in this world, because really this world, there's not going to be anything else. And even when you die, there's nothing else. It's only God and you. It's nothing else. It's just you and God. And you better have your cards right. But anyways, I'm thankful for those who listen to this message. I will try to be back on here to do another podcast about another subject. I thank you. Have a wonderful day.